Hello, dear licensed professional engineers and EITs from the Western region. My name is Edgar Fernandez, and I'm participating for the PEO 2018 Councillor elections. First thing, I want to encourage you to vote in these 2018 elections. The period started last Friday, January 19 at 4 p.m. and is gonna end on February 23rd, 2018 at 4 p.m. It's really important to get your vote, your participation on these elections to make and to keep PEO stronger. And obviously exercise your right to make our profession better and stronger in Ontario every year and year and year. Well, the reason that I'm participating on the this election is to help. I won't promise anything because it's not in my power. It's my duties to get your voice, listen to you, and pass the concerns to the PEO Council in these 2 years that it's the period that we served. And that's the reason why I don't promise anything, because all the issues from other regions needs to be listened to, and we need to find a common solution as a PEO body regulator. So the first, I've been having conversations with some our colleagues in different places and social media platforms as well, and many of them, I would say 99% of the engineers that I have talked to, they support PEEC. Myself as well. I want to that clear. Yesterday, unfortunately, on Saturday, January the 20th, some PEO councillor at large, this person was making a statement on my behalf that I don't support PEO, and that's totally false. I support PEO. I support PEEC. And why I support PEEC? Because of the reason that we need to demonstrate and show our society that the number one duty, as according to our code of ethics, is to protect the public of safety. And one of the things to demonstrate that is to keep ourselves updated and complying with the rules and obviously our self-regulations that we have in PEO. Therefore, we need to demonstrate the competency. It is not the same as qualified engineer, and actually on the eyes of the Ministry of Labor and the government, the term qualified doesn't exist. Exists the term of competence, and we need to demonstrate to our society that we are competent. And PEEC is one of the things. How I'm saying that, it's because also I'm a member of the board of the Canadian Registered Safety Professionals, I'm BCRSP, and the board of the Certified Safety Professionals in the United States. These two boards actually ask their certified safety professionals to report every 5 years 25 CDUs. We call CDUs continuous developing units, and that's demonstrate to the society that we are competent. So we know our job, we have enough experience doing our job, we know the health and safety of our job, and we provide the service. That's pretty much the definition of the competency. And we are qualified. It's qualified, you have experience, you are qualified, and you know the health and safety of your profession. That's the reason, that's the term competent, and that's the PEEC. It's that has that goal, and I fully supported 100%. However, we need to come together as a PEO and OSPE to find a solution to help those who are having troubles to get trained by their employer, or some of those that they are starting their own business as a consultants or as providing engineering services. We need to help them to comply with PEEC. They are not against to, but they have that concern, and that concern needs to be listened to. So That's the concern that I'm gonna pass through the council, and we need to find together a solution for that. The another question actually is coming through a platform on the PEO discussion group in LinkedIn. It's we need if we need to license every engineer that graduates from the university. Some of them they take different paths. They go to some of them they go to the stock exchange in Toronto. That's a possibility. Others they go to another fields. However, my position on this, I would say yes. I will say yes because you get the ring when you graduate from the university, the iron ring. So, my position, yeah, you need to be licensed, and there are two status on PO. It's you practice or you don't practice, a non-practice engineer. But still, it's it's important and imperative to get licensed. As an engineer, we are in a self-regulated profession. We have the duty to get license and get the benefits from that license as well, and that's very important. That's gonna make PO stronger and avoid situations like the Elo Lake case and other ones, and that's very important to tackle. And my answer is yes. So as a body regulator, as PO is, yeah, we need to get license. That is not a membership; it's a license because you go through process to demonstrate that you're a qualified engineer with experience, and you know the health and safety to protect the public. That makes you competent. Another issue that I'm seeing in the social media is prices, fees, in other words. I'm not suggesting that. My position is not to decrease the fees. My position is to offer value. I'm not talking about the value of the license. I'm talking about the value that we need to provide, the relationship through our licensed engineers. Such as on the magazine, for example, publishing a technical article, experience from our counselors, how they view some of the issues, some of the trends in the future. So it's very valuable information. Currently, PO is doing that actually, but we can provide more. The last issue or the last concern that many of our the EITs actually and the students, I was talking to students actually, they say that how we want to help them as a body regulator to find jobs. We know that nowadays the job market is changing. Companies they are become more light, and so that's making more difficult to them to find jobs. And my answer to them actually is so PO as a body regulator, they have an entrepreneurship committee, and I'm fully supportive of that. And actually, as a counselor, I wanted to become part of that committee. Why? Because I think entrepreneurship is a way to go in the future. Myself, I took that path, and it's very fascinating. You learn a lot of things, not only engineering, marketing, and actually as a person you grow more. So how you or me as an engineer with that technical and the way that we think, we can help our society as an entrepreneur. That's very important to communicate and actually make that committee to talk to these students and to promote entrepreneurship. It's very important. I think entrepreneurship is going to be the future. It's going to be the way to go in the future, more than working or find a job. It's it's entrepreneurship. I was reading a book, and actually they said it's called the New Factory Thinker, written by Bill Bishop, and says that in the future we won't have jobs. we will have worked. And that means it's the jobs, as we know in the future, companies, they will hire more. That's a reality. They're going to hire from outside. So that's the reason why entrepreneurship is very important. And we need to keep going with that committee and support it. And I think PEO is doing that. I mean, I'm not saying that. But we need to encourage our new engineers to go to entrepreneurship to promote engineering as well. And I think it's going to be a way to go, and it's going to be very fascinating. That's my position on those questions that I have listened to from students especially from University of McMaster. I live in that area in Brantford, but McMaster is closed, and from social media as well. That's my position on those three topics. My platform is pretty much the same. Communication is another thing. We need to communicate. We have three generations, X, Y, and Z, or millennials in a PEO, and each one of these generations, they have their own needs. So how we wanna communicate. The another thing, we'll pass the concern to the PEO Council. It's we need to communicate more how PEO, who PEO is, what PEO does to the industry, to companies. I'm seeing and actually other engineers, not through social media, that has been face to face, and I could hear it, listen to, from two peak sessions last year. Many of the employers, many of the companies outside, they don't know what PEO is. They don't know what PEO does. And even worse, they don't know what the duties are from engineers, what the code of ethic is. And that is a big problem for us as a PEO body regulator. Some of those companies, they don't know that. And our licensed engineers, they are facing troubles. Some of them ethical troubles too. How are we going to help them? How are we going to encourage them to report? And how PEO is going to respond? I appreciate, like I said, I'm not promising anything, as you can see on my platform, and it's not my intention. My intention is to help you as a licensed engineer and IT with your concerns, and pass through the PEO and find solutions together. Also, you're gonna see this. You can watch this video on YouTube. I'm gonna put the link on a short article, and I'm gonna publish and I'm gonna send an email to your chapters as well. I appreciate that. It has been an honor and a privilege to participate in these elections, and I'm humbled to help everybody. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Vote please, and have a good day. Bye.